Alright, isang masaya at makabuluhang afternoon sa ating lahat. So you are currently tuning in to our online tutorial session for Senior High School, Earth and Life Science. So good afternoon po sa ating mga parents, din po na nanonood, mga kapwa ko po guro, and especially sa ating mga grade 11 and grade 12 senior high school learners na nanonood ng ating first Itulay session for quarter 4. So we are now on week number 1. Ang target natin learners for this session is the evolving concept of life based on emerging pieces of evidence. Yan. So hintayin lang natin ma-share ang ating PowerPoint presentation. Yan. Thank you po. So once again, we are about to discuss the evolving concept of life based on emerging pieces of evidence. So ano kaya yung mga evidence na yan? We'll all find out later on. So my name again is sa at mga bagong viewers at sa mga suki natin. So my name is Sir Tony or Tutor Tony for Senior High School Earth and Life Science. So samahan niyo ako sa susunod na 40 minutes ng pagka-tuto tungkol sa ating Earth, sa ating nag-iisang planetang Earth. For this specific session, we'll be using the module provided by Region 4A Calabarzon or the Pivot module, specifically module number 21, entitled Evolving Concept of Life Based on Emerging Pieces of Evidence. So dyan lang iikot ang ating learning competency for this week. Ayan, so are you guys ready? So laging kong sinasabi, ating mga requirements for this particular session, it would help kung meron kayo diyang pen and paper para makapag-note down. You also have the copy of your SLEM or your learning modules. Okay din yan. Of course, I need the presence of your mind and presence of your heart as we relate our lessons sa ating mga pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. And most importantly, of course, para maging mas interactive ang ating session, I am requesting everyone to please comment down kung meron kayong mga questions or meron kayong pa-shoutout dyan sa mga classmates ninyo na nami-miss nyo na, sa mga teachers ninyo and your parents. Yan, you may comment down your pabati or anything na gusto niyo sabihin, may question kayo mamaya sa ating discussion, or better yet, answer sa ating mga activity. So comment nyo lang sa ating comment section. Don't forget to include the name of your school at saka kung saan kayong province or school division office. All right? Ayan. So before we formally begin, so I want everybody to know this. No, this coming May 22, 2021, that is on Saturday, we are going to celebrate the International Day for Biological Diversity. Diba? So yearly, actually, sineselebrate naman natin yan. But this year is very important because ang hashtag na hashtag for nature, and ang advocacy is we're part of the solution. Okay, so our solutions are found nasa kalikasan natin. And of course, ang kalikasan will not be complete without us humans. And this campaign advocates nature-based solutions to our conditions or mga issues na kinakaharap natin like climate change, mga health issues, food and water security, di ba? So meron tayo mga scarcity ng water sa food, and also mga sustainable livelihood. So paano nga ba nakikinabang yung tayong mga tao sa kalikasan? And of course, paano tayo makakapag-contribute sa patuloy na pagprotekta at pag-conserve ng isang sustainable na planet Earth. If you want to know more about the International Day for Biological Diversity, you can visit the link na nasa baba, www.cbd.int/biodiversity-day para ma-explore nyo pa kung ano ba yung mga projects or mga programs ng International Day for Biological Diversity. So we are going to celebrate diversity, unity in diversity, kumbaga, right? Ayan, for our session objectives, ayan, ang pinaka-objective lang natin na isa. So we have to explain the evolving concept of life based on emerging pieces of evidence. So hinatian ko lang, or nilagyan ko lang siya ng mga specific objectives. First one, we have to identify the sequence of events of the history of life on Earth. So may idea na kayo dyan, kasi last quarter, pinag-aralan natin yung geologic timescale. The second one is we have to name the pieces of evidence. I'm sure you can still remember about fossils and rocks. So mama-mention natin yan ulit because they are part of the evidence on the evolution ng buhay sa ating planeta. And then finally, we have to recognize the importance of knowing the history of life on Earth. So bakit nga ba mahalaga pang pag-aralan yan as a senior high school student or Filipino learner? Bakit kailangan nating inaaral yung history ng buhay sa ating planeta? So we'll find out more. Ang target natin, ma-discuss natin yan lahat in the next 40 minutes. All right. So before that, so since we are beginning a new quarter, so nung last quarter, di ba, ang focus natin is geology and other branches kasi earth science. So for this quarter, ang focus naman natin ay life science or biology or ibang others call it biological science. Ayan. So ano nga ba, sir? Ano nga ba yung inaaral natin or what is life science or biology? So life science is a collection of disciplines that is made up of theories and principles. So we will be encountering different theories and different principles as we go on with our discussion in the next 8 weeks that will discuss or tackle the structure and function of living things. So ang pinaka-focus natin this time is living things and how we contribute or how we affect the environment. So starting from the molecular level up to the entire ecosystem. So ganon ka-broad, ganon specific at ganon din ka-broad yung coverage natin ng biology or ng life science. Actually, you have encountered different life science courses in your junior high school, if you can remember. Ayan, so sige nga, can you still remember the different branches of biology? Ayan. Okay, based sa mga icons na yan, who can tell me the different branches of biology? So ang in-highlight ko lang dito, yung 3 main branches. The first one is the study of animals. So we call that zoology. Okay, that is zoology. The next one is, of course, kung may animals, may plants. So the study of plants is called botany. Okay. Then finally, we also have the study of microorganisms, including bacteria and viruses. Ayan. So speaking of virus, di ba? So we are still in the COVID-19 pandemic. So meron tayong sabi nga nila, may kalaban tayo na hindi nakikita, the viruses. So we still have to observe organisms, including viruses. We have what we call microbiology. So we have zoology, botany, and microbiology as the 3 main branches of biology. But actually, there are other subdisciplines pa. Ayan, so tingnan natin sa next slide. Ayan, so life science or biological science, as you can see, as depicted in our presentation, this field advances our knowledge about different fields like anatomy. So when we say anatomy, we study the structure or the parts of human body or the parts of other living organisms. We also have cell biology, pinag-aaralan ang biology or paano nagka-function ng isa between living things and the environment. Of course, kasama din sa ating Earth and Life Science course ang pag-aaral ng genetics. So when we say genetics, pinag-aaralan naman natin dito is heredity and variation. So ano ba yung mga traits na nagta-transfer from the parents sa kanilang mga offspring or sa kanilang mga magiging anak in the future. We also have a field called molecular biology. Ayan, so ang focus naman nito is yung mga biological macromolecules, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. And then finally, one of the most known branch of biological science is what we call physiology. So when we say physiology naman, class, we study the functions of a specific part. So related siya sa anatomy. So lagi mag-best friend yan, si anatomy at saka si physiology. Kasi anatomy sa part, si physiology, anong ginagawa niyang, anong particular function ng pinoprovide or ginagawa ng isang particular body part or organ. Ayan, so all living things on Earth. And speaking of advances in technology, so we are now currently in the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, isa sa mga highlight ng advances ng tao bukod sa mga biological researches natin, of course, is how to combat the COVID-19 virus. And one of which is, of course, the COVID-19 vaccination program. So all around the world, nakapag-provide na tayo ng mga nakapag-invent na ng mga different vaccines. Ayan. So hopefully sa Philippines, we'll get yung tinatawag natin na herd immunity para at least lahat tayo ay immune na or kung hindi man immune ay kumbaga we have the protection already against the the virus. Okay? And singit ko lang tong commercial. May pa-commercial. Ayan, so the Department of Education recently launched the program called Back to School. Ligtas na bakuna para sa balik eskwela. So encouraging the teachers like me, so mga teachers and the non-teaching personnel na magpabakuna na. So sabi dyan sa kanilang advocacy, protektahan ang ating pamilya, paaralan at pamayanan. Alamin ang tamang impormasyon, magpabakuna na. So you can visit deped.gov.ph/back to school, or you can coordinate with your local government unit para at least ma-vaccinize na or we get vaccinated. Right? So that's back to school program. Ayan, so we are now ready to discuss the evolving concept of life based on emerging pieces of evidence. So later on, makakakita kayo ng mga different artworks like this one. So I found this on the internet. So I have the link yan sa presentation ko. So mahilig kasi ako sa art. So ayan. So I have, as you can see, so from a single point, nag-evolve yung mga different life forms. We have animals, we have insects, we have the plants, of course, we have the humans. Ayun, may astronaut pa nga tayo dyan. And conquering space. Okay, so paano nga ba nag-evolve? Paano nga ba nag-start ang buhay sa planetang Earth? So saan ba nagsimula yon? Galing ba yan sa outer space? Dinala ba yan ng mga alien? Or naging conducive ba yung place yung Earth para mag-emerge or mag-bloom ang life? Alright? Yan, saying good afternoon to our viewers. Konting shout out lang tayo. So ang una kong nag-comment si Miss Gertie Palyota Restauro. Good afternoon po. Also to March Device. Good afternoon. Watching from, ayan, so RRNHS. Tess Nasoli Talino, watching from Sarangani. Ayan, so good afternoon po sa inyo. Laging may nanonood sa akin from Sarangani Province. Elsa Mendoza from Marinduque. Hello po, ma'am. From Bulyasnin Elementary School. Ayan, so Jen Cabañas Morada. Good afternoon from YouTube. We have Joel Kudyamat. So good afternoon, sir. Watching from Flora National High School, Apayao Division. So parang last week or mga previous weeks natin, meron din tayong viewers from Apayao Province. So good afternoon po sa inyo lahat. Let's continue our discussion. So of course, our discussion will not be complete without the discussion of this one. So ano ba yung mga indicators para malaman na ang isang particular entity ay may buhay? So these are the different characteristics of life that we have. First, ayan, so i-assess natin ang sarili natin. First, are we living things? Buhay ba tayo? First, they respond to their environment. Of course, we respond to the stimuli. Say for example, di ba ngayon sobrang init. Ayun kanina sa news na panood ko, pulang-pula ang Pilipinas, mapa ng Pilipinas. So ganun kainit, ganun katindi ang init na nararamdaman natin. At kapag nararamdaman mo ang init na yan, very good. Kasi living thing ka. So, pasa first indicator, they respond to their environment. Next, you grow and develop. Of course, through time, di ba? So, we grow and develop. Next, you're capable of reproduction. So, we came from the cells of our father and our mother, di ba? And all the other living things as well. So, they have their parents. Isang parent man yan kapag asexual reproduction or dalawa kapag sexual reproduction. The next one is, ayan, so we living things exhibit metabolism. So ano ba yung metabolism na tinatawag natin? So when we say metabolism, sa mga nagda-diet, di ba? Ang bilis naman ng metabolism mo, nakakaingit ka naman, parang gano'n. When we say metabolism, this refers to how fast our body cells or our body uses the energy that we derive from the food that we eat. Okay, so isa humans yun na. Or in other case ng mga living things, sa source ng energy nila. So for living things like us, humans, pag sinabi natin mabilis ang metabolism, mabilis na nagagamit ng katawan natin yung energy na we derive from the food that we eat. So that is metabolism. Kumbaga, it's a total of the bodily processes na nangyayari sa katawan natin. Next is, ayan, we have the homeostasis. When we say homeostasis, in common term, we can maintain the balance. Diba? So tayo mga tao, ang normal temperature natin is 37 to 37.5. So kapag bumaba yan or tumaas yan, so may something wrong sa ating katawan. But normally, we can maintain, or our body can maintain its balance or its homeostasis. And then finally, we are made up of cells. So ilang cells ba meron sa katawan natin? We are made up of trillions of cells. Okay, mostly ang mga higher forms of living things like humans, like plants, and the animals, of course, we are made up of thousands, millions, or even trillions of cells. So depende sa living organisms. So speaking of cells, we have to review these two important terms. So types of organisms based on the number of cells. Ayan. So we have what we call prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. So kasi magagamit natin to sa discussion natin mamaya, especially dun sa timeline. So ano nga ba, Sir Tony or Tutor Tony, in difference? Can you still remember the difference between a prokaryote and eukaryotes? So technically or generally, prokaryotes, ito yung mga single-celled organisms. Eukaryotes, on the other hand, are the higher forms of organisms, including us. Okay, so we have the unicellular or the single-celled organisms for prokaryotes. And then for multicellular organisms, ibig sabihin ng multicellular, we are made up of course, more than one cell, two or more, or hundreds nga, sabi ko kanina, hundreds, thousands, millions, or trillions of cells, we are referred to as a eukaryotes. Comparing their structures, so pareho silang may cell membrane as a protection. They also have ribosomes. Ayan. So para saan may ribosomes? If you recall, ang ribosomes ang tagagawaan ng protein. Ayan. So hindi mabubuhay ang isang cell kapag walang protein or hindi nag-undergo ng protein synthesis. And as you can see din, ayan, kailangan kasi ng genetic material. So ang role nun is for reproduction. For prokaryotes, ang genetic material nila ay matatagpuan sa medyo magulo nga lang, no, na parang loops. Ayan. It's called the nucleoid. Compared sa eukaryotes na defined or definite ang location ng nuclear material. So we have the nucleus. Okay, and as you can see as well, for eukaryotes, ang ating mga cells ay made up of different cell organelles or the little organs na may specific functions. Unlike sa prokaryotes, yes, they have functions, pero hindi siya ganun ka-organized. So, ibig sabihin lang, mas simpler ang mga prokaryotes, and then compared sa mga eukaryotes that we are more complex. Ayan, sa biology, we use the term, we are more complex compared sa prokaryotes. But, we will learn later on that prokaryotes sa kanila talaga nag-start. So because of the process of evolution, that's why eukaryotes emerge. All right. So again, that is prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Ayan. So ang mahiwagang tanong natin for this afternoon is, have you been curious of when, kailan, and where saan nag-start? Where did life possibly start on Earth? So kailan ba yun? Ang age kasi ng Earth is around 4.6, di ba, billion years old na siya. So, kailan nag-start yung life? So, to give you an idea, di ba, naaralan natin yan sa GTS or the Geologic Timescale. May mga specific na periods, may mga specific na area kung ano yung mga events, important geological events, kung kailan ba nag-rise yung mga plants, mga first animals, kailan nag-emerge or nag-evolve yung mga humans. Ayan. So, we will know more about this one later on. And as you can see, di ba, ayan, sa left part, bandang ibaba, so life began on water. Kaya ang sinasabi nila, if there's water, there could be life. Di ba? Kaya nga, scientists, especially the scientists sa NASA, they are actually looking for water sa mga other exoplanets natin. Alright? Let's continue. So have you been curious? I've already asked that. So during the 1800s, geologists and the naturalists found several forms of physical evidence that confirmed that the Earth is very old. And because of that age, of course, they also trace mga geologists kung ano yung mga life forms na nag-exist. Okay? So what are the different evidence or the several evidences that support the flourishing or the booming of life on planet Earth? So our discussion will mainly focus on three. Okay? The first one is, ayan, kanina ko pa na-mention, lagi natin na-mention during the third quarter. So fossils. Ayan. So fossils, once again, are the remains of the living organisms that used to thrive or live on our planet. So first is fossils of ancient sea life on dry land far from oceans. So sabi ko nga dati, 'di ba, bakit merong mga natagpuang fossils ng mga marine creatures or organisms sa dryland, sa mga mountains? Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? So if you would recall, the fossils serve as a clue kung anong nangyari or what happened or anong situation ng Earth during during millions of years, way back millions of years. So this supported the idea that the Earth changed over time. And some dry land today was once covered by oceans, especially yung mga places na may malaking portion nun ay sedimentary rock. Kasi kapag sedimentary rock ang nasa area, malamang sa malamang, 100%, 99 to 100%, yan ay covered with water in the past thousands or millions of years. So fossil evidences like, or evidence like this one, the trilobites, I hope you can still remember yung mga early invertebrates natin, mga kamag-anak ng crabs, mga shrimps, lobsters, ayan, they have the external we have the exoskeleton na protection nila, the trilobites, ayan. And of course, ayan, merong natagpuan na fish fossil. So we assume that this is a fish because of its structure. Ito ay natagpuan sa Himalayas. So Himalayas is a mountain range. So anong ginagawa ng fossil ng isda sa Himalayas mountain range? So actually, the Himalayas was once covered. So this suggests that that place is covered with water before. Okay? So that's our first evidence, fossils. Next, oh yan, who would forget our discussion of stratification, di ba? The different layers of rock. So this gives the geologists the idea kung ano bang nangyari at ano yung mga living organisms that flourish during a particular time of the geologic timescale. So this allowed the people, the layers of rock, they allowed the people to realize that rock layers represent the order in which rocks and fossils appeared. So the rocks kasi, magka-partner yan with the fossils using the relative dating and absolute dating. Ayan. So the geologists were able to determine kung ano yung mga specific organisms, living organisms that thrive, at saka anong klaseng environment din ang nangyari during a particular era or period on Earth. Ayan. So remember that numbers. Ayan, di ba? May mga layers tayo. Ayan. So relative dating yan. So we have two na, fossils and the layers of rocks. And then finally, ano kaya yung pangatlong evidence? Ayan. So we have here the indications that volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and erosion. So yan, fresh na fresh pa yan sa ating past discussion last week. Ayan, so that happened long ago, shaped much of the Earth's surface and supported the idea of an older Earth. So ano bang kinalaman ng ano yan, ng mga natural forces of nature like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. So they also give the geologists a clue para matahi, di ba? Ma-determine kung ano yung mga specific events ang nangyari so they can so they can trace, di ba, the existence of different living things sa ating geologic time scale. So tatlo yan ha. So we have fossils, the layers of rocks, and the different geological processes like volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and erosions. Ayan. So let's proceed with our first activity now. So this one is found on module 21, page 5. So timeline of events. Dun sa module, so you are asked to read, and then after reading the information, you have to arrange the pictures mamaya sa next slide, and then number them 1 to 6 para ma-order yung appearance of life on Earth. Okay? So para mas madali nyo maintindihan, so I will be providing on the right side yung mga pictures para at least ma-visualize ninyo. Okay? So we'll begin with 4.6 to 3.8 billion years ago. The early Earth is said to be violent. Ayan, di ba? So hindi pa siya stable because of the meteorites and volcanic eruptions. With this condition, may tinatawag tayo na zircon crystal. Okay? Zircon crystal was formed out of the magma and the lava, of course. The next one is, next important event. Ayan, wala ako. Event. 3.5 billion years ago, life on Earth initially began with prokaryotes. Ayan, we discussed prokaryotes, the simplest of the organisms. Sila yung una na nag-boom or nag-exist sa ating planeta. They are discovered in sedimentary rock formations called the stromatolites. So pinakilala ko na mga stromatolites during our discussion sa Earth Science. So ano ba yung importance ng stromatolites? Connected yan sa ating pangatlong event, 3.0 billion years ago or 3 billion years ago. The first photosynthetic organism thrived the Earth, which is the blue-green algae called the cyanobacteria. So bakit very critical? So bakit very important yun? So of course, nung start na mag-produce ang mga cyanobacteria ng oxygen, naging stable na ang ating atmosphere. So naging stable na rin yung mga water cycle and all the other cycles, and everything else followed. Everything else followed. So yung condition, unti-unti nang nagiging maganda para mag-exist ang buhay. Okay, so imagine that. So it took millions of years para mangyari yun. Okay? But see them, kung makikita naman natin yung present, di ba? It was, kumbaga, ni landscape nga ni God very beautifully and very intelligent. Next is, ayan, 2.0 billion years ago, the first or the appearance of the first eukaryotes. Ayan, so from prokaryotes, nag-evolve from a simpler organism, naging mas complex na. So, ayan. So the multicellular eukaryotic cells or eukaryotic cells or eukaryotes. Next, ating timeline, the Paleozoic era, when the trilobites, ayan, the trilobites and the cephalopods. When we say cephalopods, ito yung mga ancestors ng mga mollusk, mga tahong, ganyan. Ano ba ba? We have the squid and all the other shelled invertebrates. Okay, mga snails, ayan. So they thrive, ayan. So nag-start, di ba, ang buhay sa oceans, ayan. The Paleozoic era when the trilobites and the cephalopods became dominant, specifically during the Cambrian and the Ordovician periods. Next, one of our highlights, 251 to 65.5 million years ago, the Mesozoic era naman, ayan. So the age of the reptiles, mga dinosaurs. On dinosaurs, konting trivia lang. When we say dinosaurs, it came from the Greek word dinos, which means terrible. Ayan. So literally, pag dinescribe natin yung word na dinosaur, it means terrible lizard. Terrible. They're the giant reptiles that roam around the earth, ayan, during that particular period. But of course, because of a specific or a particular event, so they were wiped out. But still, some of them survived and others evolved. So some of the reptiles became birds. So iba naging mammals. And then eventually, nag-evolve na nga ang buhay. And then finally, on our timeline, 250,000 years ago, the Cenozoic era or the recent life, and based on the paleontological evidence, ayan, Homo erectus have evolved. Ayan, so Homo erectus or the upright man, so di ba? So natutunang gumamit ng tools, maglakad, mag-roam, and then eventually nag-evolve yan into the Neanderthals, and then nag-evolve into the present-day humans, the Homo sapiens. Ayan. So based on that discussion, let's answer this. Sige nga. Ayan. So, analyze lang natin mga pictures. Medyo, ito lang nakita natin sa module, no? Medyo grayscale nga lang siya. Pero understandable naman siya. Ayan. So, what should come first based sa ating discussion kanina? Of course, the zircon crystal will serve as our first event. And unti-unti nang nagiging maganda ang condition ng Earth during that time. Ayan. Because of the cyanobacteria found on the stromatolites, number 2. Followed by which will be the next, of course, the prokaryotes evolved into some of them eukaryotic organisms. The fourth one is the cephalopods and the trilobites roam or dominated the oceans. And then dalawa na lang. So syempre mauna diyan ang time of the dinosaurs. And then finally, nag-emerge tayong mga humans. Okay, so learners, you can take a screenshot of this para mag-guide kayo sa pag-answer ng inyong learning module sa Senior High School Earth and Life Science. So don't forget to comment, baka may question kayo or you might want to answer our activities as well. So I encourage you to answer. Ayan, so the next activity is called Arrange Me. So this one is found on page 9. So medyo mahaba-haba ito na pagbabasa. Ayan, so your task is to arrange that from 1 to 8, 1 being the earliest. So ano kaya yung una dyan? Okay. So since limited lang ang time natin, so tutulungan na kayo ni Sir Tony. Okay, so pero discuss pa naman natin siya isa-isa. So again, this one is found on page 9. The activity is called arrangement. So ang first doon sa activity na yon, first event is 1, the presence of organic compounds on early Earth. So when we say organic compounds, ito na yung mga carbohydrates, the proteins. Ayan. So there's specific chemical process na nangyari para mag-exist ang buhay, the earliest forms of life, the prokaryotes nga. Number 2 is the emergence of the first celled organisms lacking nucleus. Okay? The third, photosynthesis and aerobic respiration evolved in some bacterial lineages. The fourth one, endomembrane system and nucleus evolved through the modification of cell membranes. As you can see no, from the steps 2, 3, and 4 and the other steps later on, nagkakaroon ng evolution on a cellular level. From the simple organisms, mag-emerge into complex organisms. So number 5, yung aerobic bacteria. They live inside some of the eukaryotic cells. Then descendants of this bacteria evolve into mitochondria. Yung mitochondria, yung powerhouse of the cell, it gives the energy of the cell. Number 6, oxygen producing photosynthetic bacterial cell entered a eukaryotic cells, another type of bacteria. So this one, ito naman yung mga nag-evolve na magiging plants in the future. So bacterial descendants evolve into chloroplast. Yung mga chloroplast naman, they contain the green pigments called the chlorophyll, which is very important in the process of photosynthesis para makagawa ng sariling food ang mga plants. And then, ayan, 7, nag-evolve na, nag-emerge na yung mga mas complex, mas higher forms of living organisms like fungi, animals, and algae. And then finally, ayan, so modern life na, including the mammals, the birds, and all the reptiles na nag-survive. Ayan, so ito yung exact arrangement. So you can take a screenshot of that, or pwede nyo balikan ng ating a session later on. May replay naman tayo. So let's proceed with the next activity. So sana may sumagot sa comment section. Ayan, time to reveal. Arrange the jumbled word to reveal the evidence. So madali lang to. So I have mentioned these words already. So para may clue pa, may picture pa kayo from Tutor Tony. First is a marine animal first evolved at the beginning of the Cambrian period, 542 million years ago, where they dominated the ocean. So ano itong mga creatures na to? Starts with a T. So we have what we call the trilobites. Ayan, huwag kakalimutan. Lagi niya namin mention. Next, the modern human that have evolved 250,000 years ago. So modern human, Homo, ayan, itsura niyan. Okay, so we have the Homo erectus or the upright man. Next, let's proceed. A basic cell type which lacks true nucleus. Bacteria, blue-green algae, and other organisms are examples of organisms belong to this cell type. Of course, we have ayan, the prokaryotic cells or the prokaryotes. Ayan, so good afternoon sa ating mga bagong viewers. I hope makahabol kayo or you can watch the replay para ma-connect nyo yung mga first part ng ating session. Next one is, these are the giant reptiles, the terrible lizards that roamed the earth during the Mesozoic era. Of course, these are the dinosaurs. And then finally, these are the basic cell type. This basic cell type possesses a true nucleus that contains the DNA. So may specific location yung genetic material. Of course, that is your eukaryotic cells or the eukaryotes. So that ends our time to reveal page 10 activity. Ayan, so as a summary, key points to remember lang. So as you can see in my diagram, so we have here what we call the tree of life. So from simple organisms, nag-branch out siya, parang puno, di ba? Nag-start sa maliit na structure and then eventually nag-grow yung mga branches. So the branches represent the different living organisms, of course, including us, humans. So if you want to have a clear picture of this, you may get the link. Ayan, nakapost naman yung link sa ating presentation. So pasadahan natin ang mga key points ng ating session for this afternoon. The universe is about 4.5 to 4.6 billion years old, and life on Earth probably began between 3.5 to 4.0 billion years ago. Evidence from fossil records show the emergence of the different life forms. So very important ang ating mga fossils as well as the rock layers. The common ancestor of all life forms was prokaryotic. Ito yung basic cell type. And at present, the stromatolites, ayan, kitang-kita pa yan pala, no? So the stromatolites are found in the Bahamas and Australia. So they are the house, kumbaga pinakabahay ng mga cyanobacteria during that time. Next, eukaryotic cells evolved from prokaryotic cells. Then the evolution of life is brought about the changes in the environment. So very important na key term pala to class, no? So that the environment will dictate kung paano mag-evolve ng isang specific living organism. So sir, bakit ba nag-evolve or bakit kailangan mag-evolve ng isang specific organism? Kailangan niyang gawin to or mangyari to sa genetic material niya para mag-survive. Kumbaga, di ba, survival of the fittest. So kailangan mag-survive ng kanyang race or ng kanyang species. So that's why environment plays a very key role para mag-evolve or paano mag-evolve ang isang living organisms. Including then, of course, sa environment, kasama dyan yung factor ng climate at saka ng geology. And then finally, this Earth's environmental changes made the Earth's environment more suitable for a wider variety of life forms. As you can see, di ba, sa discussion natin, hanggang naging mas stable yung planet Earth, mas nag-flourish ang planeta. Mas naging diversified yung buhay or yung mga different life forms. All right. Let's try to answer this assessment questions. First one, oxygen was scarce during the early development of Earth. By this situation, what organism or what kind of organism first existed? So wala pang oxygen. Aerobic ba? Anaerobic? May mammal na ba nun? Siyempre, wala pa. And protist, yung mga higher forms of organisms na to. So you choose between aerobic and anaerobic. So the answer would be, of course, kapag walang oxygen. All right. So letter B, anaerobic organisms. So some of them live without the presence of oxygen. And then eventually nga, because of evolution, yun na. Next, number 2. Why do you think the emergence of plants and animals came later than simple living organisms? So bakit nauna yung mga simpler forms? Diba? So the choices are flash on your screen. So habang naka-flash yan, konting shout out lang tayo sa ating mga viewers. Si Miss Amorfina del Rosario from Valenzuela, Karuhatan Valenzuela City. Good afternoon po. We also have Nathaniel Sagalmandap watching from Comillas High School. Good afternoon, high school. Good afternoon sa iyo na. Danica Cordero, also from Comillas High School. Saan kaya yung Comillas High School? Inform nyo naman ako, sabihin Comillas High School na yan para ma-shoutout natin. We also have viewers, Mariela Guillen. Yan, from Comillas din. Klein Galano from Comillas High School. So I hope you are learning from our discussion. So what's the answer for number 2? The best answer is letter A. The cell structures of these multicellular organisms are more complex. So from simpler to complex. Number 3. Which of the following is not true about the evidence that fossils provide? Yan, senior high school learners. Dapat kapag multiple choices ang questions, lagi kong sinasabi, hindi yung pinakamahaba ang tamang sagot. Okay, tama. Tapos na yung mga times na gano'n na dati, di ba, tinuturo kung ano yung mahaba. No, we have to analyze each of the choices. So which one is not true? So from among the choices, ayan, actually it's letter A. Ayan. So bakit letter A, sir? Kasi ang sabi dyan, all fossils gathered contain intact DNA that can be sequenced. Okay? Kasi may mga fossils tayo na may matatagpo ang DNA DNA material. So pwede yung gamitin ng mga experts natin or scientists para malaman kung saan or ano yung mga ancestors nila. Alright? But not all fossils, kasi nga, depende sa location niya or depende sa environmental condition kung paano at saan na-form yung fossils. So hindi lahat ng fossils may DNA na nilalaman. So that is the best answer. Letter A. And then finally, number 4, the study of history of life is indeed significant. So very important. as part of searching for the fossils of previous organisms. So hanggang ngayon, actually, hindi pa naman uh, nag-stop ang ating search for fossils. If you watch the famous magazine show last night, di ba, may fossil ng stegodon na natagpuan, kamag-anak ng mga mammoths or ng mga ancestors ng elephants, di ba? So the quest for fossils is continuous, kumbaga, because kumbaga it helps in providing relevant information pa. So question number 4, is about stromatolites. So which is true about stromatolites? Found on eukaryotes, produced by endosymbiosis, consists of layered bacteria and sediment, or it is formed during volcanic eruptions. So ito yung stromatolites, very important sila because they house the cyanobacteria. All right, the colonies of cyanobacteria. So the best answer is letter C. It consists of layered bacteria and the sediments. Kasi nga, sedimentary rock siya. All right? So our session will not be complete without our hashtag Be Inspired and hashtag Be Blessed segment. So because we discussed diversity, di ba, sa ating session today. So we have here the quote from Henry Ford, an American industrialist. Sabi niya, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is success. So kahit diversified tayo mga Filipinos, may mga ethnicities tayo, di ba? Or diversified tayo sa mga tao sa buong mundo. We have to come together, especially sa mga trying times like this. All right? So that's our hashtag Be Inspired and hashtag Be Blessed segment. And that's all for this session. That's our quarter 2, quarter 4, week 1 for senior high school Earth and Life Science. So you can reach me sa aking email, sirtonymaipag@gmail.com, sa aking Facebook at sa aking YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me on this 40-minute session.